All right, so we are now ready, officially ready for another social marketing hour. I believe this is episode number 11. So I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for taking time out of your busy day. It is the Halloween weekend. I don't know who's excited about that. I know I am. We have a competition going on tomorrow. Did you guys know about the competition? We're giving away an iPad. Natural Slim is doing like bicycles, all kinds of things. AGM is going to have a lot of fun. I know I'm coming with my own costume, and I'm going to try to kill it. I don't know if it's fair that I win my own awards, but I'm going to try because I'm competitive like that. But today, we have a very special social marketing hour, something that we should have done a very long time ago. Why? Because this individual that we're bringing in today into the social marketing hour is Jorge Rodriguez. Jorge Rodriguez is the Chief Marketing Officer of AGM. As you may or may not know, depending on how long you've been in my world, on our world, AGM Marketing, which stands for Attention Grabbing Media, is responsible for the marketing of many incredible organizations and people, including Grammy Award-winning artists, and including $100 million corporations, and including Natural Slim, Dr. Eric Berg's. We've done marketing for Damon John, and so on and so on. So we are really deep into the marketing world over here. And this individual right here has been really behind the scenes of making sure that we can deliver quality strategies for our clients. Because the one thing that makes us very different at AGM is that we're not just running ads for people. We're not just going out and creating an advertising campaign. We are masterminding strategies. We're creating on an account overall goals and visions and executing on a purpose. And we're getting the content and the message seen by as many people as possible around the world. So we have a whole different model over here, because it's not about, hey, we want to run the ads for you. It's about, we want to help you and we want to become your marketing arm. So there's nobody to talk about this better than Jorge, because Jorge has been with me from the start. He's actually a family member. He's my brother-in-law. We've been learning about marketing for many years. We've been going through many, many ups and downs together, because we went through the whole bankruptcy process that I went through. Well, he was there right here next to me by my side while I was going through that process, and he had to rebuild himself up just like I did. So we have a lot of stories to tell. So we want to talk to you guys today about his story. We want to talk about the process to becoming successful, and talk about opportunities that are happening today in the social media world, because these opportunities, they don't come all the time. And I want to make sure that you guys have clarity on these opportunities, because right now there's some major ones, and nobody's going to be able to give you more of a clarity on these opportunities than on the inside of AGM Marketing at the top of the organization when it comes to marketing strategy. So we're going to go ahead and bring Jorge now in, and Jorge is going to confirm with me if he can hear me in a second. So you guys here can now all see them. Jorge, can you see me and hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, that's great. So I can hear you too. So we're golden, man. Okay, good. So now, first things first. It's not fair, man. Look at your beard. Look at mine. It's just like, it's just not right. All right. I want to be like you when I grow up.
No shave has started. Actually, it just continued from last year. I just left it.
That's right. I have seen that way bigger though, way bigger. So it's not as big as your record-breaking numbers for that beard.
Yeah, I used to have it out to like here one time, but that just gets way too annoying, man. This is what I prefer right here.
I'm sure your daughter doesn't really like trying to kiss you or something.
No, they actually hate it, and the wife too.
Yeah, they hated the wife too. Yeah. Okay, guys. So we're gonna be talking about marketing today, but before that, Jorge, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Tell us a little bit about your story. I know that right now we're joking, and you are very involved with teaching our audiences and our coaching program students, and you also have your TikTok, and you've gotten really deep into that. And Coach Jorge has been doing some content and going viral with his content. So tell us a little bit about yourself. What drives you? Your story? How did you get started with this? I know the story, but I want to hear it from you.
Okay, good. Yeah, thanks. I'm excited to be doing this with you. I think, like you said, it was due, because I do have a lot of good content to share with everybody. But as far as the story goes, I mean, very close knit story with Manuel. And if you guys have been following him, then it's going to be very, very similar. But basically, actually, Manuel and I have tried different ventures together. And so that's been fun. And going through that and the ups and downs, such as like we tried stocks one time, and it was like roller coaster. You would be very, very highs and very, very lows. So definitely not for us. We said step away from that. And then, one time we tried real estate investing. Okay, especially when this was super hot back in like 2007, 8, whatever, right around that time. And then so we got in trouble with that as a lot of people did. But then eventually we both kind of started getting into marketing around the same time. It actually just happened that we were looking for ways out or different solutions to improve our life and our income for our family and stuff like that. So we came across Amazon. That was one of the things. And then from there, once you start building an Amazon business, you start to see, well, what else can I do outside of Amazon? You don't want to rely just on Amazon. So that's when I think both of us started to look at other solutions. I actually started with SEO first, and I started learning a lot about the SEO world. And then I moved on to the Facebook marketing world, because where I was working before doing this AGM agency with Manuel here, I was working at an insurance agency, and we were paying for leads, and we were paying close to like $35, sometimes $50 for a lead just to call them. Sometimes they wouldn't even answer the phone. So it was a lot of money we were burning through. We had to figure out another solution to become lead, independent and not depending on someone else giving us those leads. As well as we were trying to figure out a way to bring down that cost of the lead. So Manuel was like, dude, have you tried doing these Facebook lead forms that it basically pulls all your information that you already have on Facebook, your name, your email, your phone number. You already gave it all to Facebook. It's super easy. So I hadn't tried it. I did try it, and then it was like, wow! It just we started getting leads like $8 a lead, $5 a lead when we were before paying $45 to $50. So I went all in. I got super excited, and I'm like, I got to learn everything about this. So yeah.
Okay, so hold on.
The rest we'll continue on here.
We have so many stories to tell. We don't have time to cover all of them, but I have to go back 2 minutes in your story, and there's something that I think it's something that we have to tell, and it was one of our, people don't understand the process. Sometimes they look at the success. I mean, we have this great company right now. We've been very successful at it, and we're really good at it. I mean, we found our area that we can help businesses thrive, and we are successful at it, and people pay us a lot of money to do what we do. That's now, but they don't see the process to get to where we're at today. First of all, Jorge doesn't have a college career. Neither do I. We have been hustling and trying to figure out a path along the way. But let me tell you something which is a part of our story. I was a consultant for many years, and I would deliver services for my church as a consultant, all right? And this is something that might not be part of what I talked about in the past, but I think it's a good opportunity for us to talk about this right now. And in 2006, I came into the United States. I already met Jorge. I'm married to his wife for the last 15 years of my life. And I met him in Mexico somewhere around 2003. In 2006, I moved to the U.S. and without having any credit, no credit, all right? I lived in Mexico for years, so I had no credit built up. I had no credit cards, nothing. Without no credit, without a stable income, I think I was making $400 a week, $500 a week or so. Somehow, I found a house when the first baby was born, and I have 4 of them now. I found the house, and I went to the bank, and I said, can you lend me $250,000? And the bank said, sure, why not? But I don't have any money. I don't have money for a down payment. Don't worry about it. Sign over here, all right?
The good
so
old
they
days.
gave me, was that?
The good old days.
The good old days, right?
Sign and we'll give you as much money as you want for a mortgage.
Or you can call them the nightmare days.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
You said you were married to Jorge's wife. You mean his sister.
I was just corrected on, I said that I was married to Jorge's wife. Please, I apologize for that. I'm married to Jorge's sister. That would be like, that's in another religion, right? Or I don't know. You had to say it, Chris. Thank you. So I apologize for that, guys. Married to Jorge's
Good correction.
sister. All right. I love 𝗟𝗡. 𝗟𝗡 is like a sister. Jorge's wife is like a sister to me. All right. Anyways, going back to the story, 2006. So I get this house, and obviously I couldn't afford it. So it happened, like to millions of other Americans and people in the United States, that we lost the houses. So in 2007, 2008, Jorge and I went through that process of rebuilding ourselves, and we have like stories to tell about this, and it was like, it was intense, guys. We didn't have money to feed ourselves. It was quite something, like I had to. There was a moment in time in which I looked at my wife and I said, I cannot believe that I'm telling you this, but I don't have money to buy diapers for our son, and I don't know what to do about it. And we went through that process. Well, one of the things that we tried, because I had nothing but passion and a desire to get out of it, and Jorge had a skill, which is he was getting into the real estate world. And I remember this, like it's like Chris, Jorge, like as if it was yesterday. All right. This is going to be an interesting story for a lot of people, especially in our organization, that they know us quite well and they work with us every day. But at some point in 2008, I don't know if it was 2008, 2009, Jorge was doing something, learning about flipping houses. And he had no money, first of all, right? It's not like he's buying houses with his money, with his credit. There's something called hard money lending, right, Jorge? Hard money lending.
I don't even want to hear those words anymore.
He doesn't want to hear those words. He's not feeling comfortable right now. But
Go ahead.
He actually learned about this process, which is people that lend you money, and even though you don't have any credit, they charge you like an outrageous interest rate. And obviously, if you miss on paying the responsibility, you're going to lose whatever it is that you had. And it's a win-win for them. It's a lose-lose for the other side, and generally. But hey, we were desperate. So Jorge buys this house. Jorge, we got to tell the story, man.
Yeah,
we got to tell the story. All right. So Jorge buys this house.
I throw away the number one rule of real estate, right? Location, right? They say, I don't care. I just saw like some house, some deal, and they said, yeah, we'll get you the money. 25% interest. Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, whatever. Let's do it. I was just so excited to like start flipping house and start like implementing what I was learning.
Yeah, so I was excited to be a part of it somehow, but I barely know how to put a light bulb on. I don't know how to, handyman-y is not my thing, right? Fixing buildings, not even remotely close to being my thing. So I'm like, how can I take a part of this? How can I be a part of this? Because Jorge is going to make a lot of money, and he's going to buy this house, he's going to fix it, and he's going to flip it, and we're going to be rich, right? So then he does hard money lending. He buys a house. The house is his. And then we're like, okay, good. So we got to get somebody to fix it now, to renovate it, because it needs to be renovated so we can flip it. So then we find this person, all right? Story for another day. But then we find this person, and this person needs consulting. So I'm like, perfect. That's what I can do. So I'm going to offer my services for free for a certain amount of time, which is like months of my time. And I'm going to be like, well, Jorge, this is what I'm going to do. You don't have to pay this person to do the work, because I'm going to make a deal that is going to offer consulting services to him for a duration of, I don't know how many hours of services, of the only thing that I know how to do at that point. So perfect, we figured it all out. It was a win-win for everybody, right? Like, so we got the house, hard money lending, we got the contractor to do the renovations. I was offering my services, and nobody had to do anything else. It was beautiful. Well, this guy worked on the property and got it to a condition of being beautiful. Would you say that he got to a condition of being beautiful?
It was nice. Definitely a good flip.
It was a good flip. The problem was that nobody bought it. Why? Because, it was the worst possible location in the world. Literally, I don't know how many pounds of cocaine were being trafficked in front of that location every single day. I don't know if it was heroin, cocaine, whatever it is. It was in front of a drug center, and it was
location.
Criminal.
Throw that out the window. Who cares? Let's just go.
Wasn't it the one time you were there and you were looking at the house, and then there was a gangbang shooting or something?
They had broken in. They had broken into the house, and just push past that. Hey, ignore it. Don't worry. Just keep going.
So it was a complete failure, guys, like a complete and utter failure. I was actually right now in debt, and I had to deliver so many hours of consulting for free, which it's how I made money. And Jorge was trapped in this location that nobody would buy. And I mean, that's just one story out of probably dozens of them that we have of absolute total failure. I have for another day, we can do a podcast on my story with the stock market, not for today, right? But it's incredible what we go through, and that's part of the process. So wherever you might be today, realize that there's a process for you, no matter what that process is, and it's inevitable when you find success that there's a lot of stories like this that lead up to where you are at today. So,
Yeah,
Jorge,
now,
can you tell?
now looking back and, with all that info and just with the hindsight, like I do feel like that process is part of everything. You just learn. There's never a lose. You just learn from everything. And now you know how to be better, how to not do that again, how to not fall for, make sure you check certain things in the future, depending on what you've been through. It's like you learn from everything. There's never a lose situation, never a fail, because you learn from that and you get better.
Right. I can tell you something that I don't think I've officially told you, but you can take credit for waking me up to the world of business and making money. You really can, because when going back to obviously we had all these attempts along the way, right? That we failed, and then you went on your own path and you got your own job, and I kept on going on my own job. But somewhere along the line in 2013, I believe it was, just 7 years ago, you came to me. At this point, I still hadn't built a business. I still hadn't had success building a business. Natural Slim was being built, and I was already an owner of that company. Natural Slim started somewhere in 2007, and my oldest son was a baby when we started that company in the United States. But it was really my wife working it, and my dad. They were working it. I was a distant, separated owner of the company. I wasn't really involved in its marketing, and it wasn't really doing good at this point. It was doing okay. It was surviving, but we're a powerhouse company right now. We're gonna probably cross $25 million this year. 2013, we're probably maybe like, I don't know, a few $100,000 in sales a year at that point. We're just getting started, right? But so we already had that business, but I didn't have the entrepreneurship in me, not yet. And you were the first one that, and I also remember, it's like crazy how there's some moments that stand out, right? Even if it's been decades long, there are some moments that when you make a decision or when you get presented with something, you don't forget about that moment ever. And I remember being in Texas, and I was in Texas in Gabby's office, in your sister's office, and she talked to me about something. She said, "Look, my brother is telling me something about Amazon and selling on Amazon. Have you heard about this?" And I'm like, "I'm not interested. I mean, I'm busy," and I really wasn't. I was playing. What is that game called? Temple Run.
Call of Duty?
No Call of Duty. That's your game. But I used to play games on my phone. Like I used to do Angry Birds and Temple Run, and I used to spend a lot of time doing that. So I had my 9 to 5, and then I played with the kids, and then I spent hours a day just wasting my time doing nothing. But I was too busy, and I hadn't woken up. I was still like asleep in the world of like, hey, I can accomplish something. So your sister came to me with the opportunity, and your sister is always like business minded. She's always been like that. And I'm like, I don't know, do you want to do something? Oh, Jorge wants to do, maybe we can have him help us with the first Natural Slim product and just launch it on Amazon. And I'm like, whatever. And something clicked. At some point, something clicked. So you were the first one to introduce that. And once you sparked that fire, it literally was like a wildfire. I mean, it really was like that because it sparked it. And I said, I wonder if I can do something. The Amazon thing, I can actually list products out and get people to buy them, and Amazon ships that for me. That sounds pretty good. So I did that, and I started getting some sales, maybe 1 or 2, and then it became real. And at that point, I didn't stop. And that take us to where we're at today. So you take that original credit, you really do. Now, it took you a few more years because you can tell us about that story yourself, but I know that it was a few years later that I already had built. Relax Slim, Natural Slim was blowing up, and then the bed sheets brand was blowing up, and then which, by the way, I did give you opportunities to be a part of them, but you were doing your 9 to 5. So can you tell us that process, because you introduced the idea, and then I take it up there, and I start making enormous success, and then you see me passing by, and you're like, bye, right? And then at some point you're like, okay, wait a second, I gotta join the party here, right? Tell us about that.
Well, I can. It's funny how it kind of goes around full circle, because actually, Gabby, my sister, was the one that should be taking some credit here, because she introduced me to a business book that originally sparked everything, my thinking about business and stuff like that, back when I was maybe 17-ish, maybe 18. I can't remember exactly, but so it's just funny how, like, you know, it always stuck to me, and I've always been like trying to go down that route, and then it came back, you know, with you and her. But what happened there? Huh?
What book was that? What book?
Rich Dad Poor Dad.
I know you were going to say that.
Yeah.
I knew it. Okay, go on.
So, so that's what you're saying about, like, you know, you start taking off that way, and I'm kind of still over here. It's funny, like, we make a really good team, because you have a very much like this, you know, push through attitude, go all out, 100% at all times, super competitive, always want to win, you know, attitude, and I love that, and it rubs off on me, and so, like, I see you, you know, having this success with Amazon, and I actually tried it, but I failed at it, which, fine, it's part of the process, right? I learned so much from doing my own Amazon thing.
What was it called again, the brand? I remember your brand. I remember it.
Well, I actually had two. One of them was like a beauty cream, Alohi. I don't know. I just made up a name. And then another one that I was doing also like in the beauty niche. And then what happened was I actually got hit with bad product from China. Then I got a bunch of bad reviews, impossible to recover from that. So I just, you know, I dropped it, and I actually kind of gave up on Amazon. I started going off into a different route. But then I see you, and you're having, you know, really good success with Amazon. So then, you know, it's good, because you're always like inspiring me to, you know, catch up to you. And you, like I said, you just go full out 100%, you know, try to get to that goal. And that's a great attitude.
That's awesome. Yeah, so I know in 2017, officially we partnered up, and then we built this incredible organization, which it's been, like you say, good teamwork for us to do what we do. So let's jump into that, because it's almost like, okay, I discovered my marketing passion, and I'm stuck with for life. I really am. I don't see myself ever not having this fire on me. It's a burning desire to get a message out there and get a company that's good to sell their products and services. I'm not going to stop that. It's something that I see as a personal mission now. And in 2017, at some point, we said, let's get together. So it's been already 4 years since we officially started the agency. It's incredible. 4 years have actually disappeared.
By, yeah.
Yeah. We sat down together. I remember talking to you in a parking lot, and we said, you want to do this with me? Let's go. And you said, yeah, I'm in. You took a risk, and you dropped your safe, secure job that paid you really well to come with me, even though we didn't really have a business yet. And then we formed this business together, and it was me, you, and Ernesto, who's the Chief Administrations Officer here at AGM. And then we're now a company of 70 people. So I know that probably we didn't expect to see this growth and what has happened over the last couple of years, but it's been 4 years. So why don't we talk about, since you're the Chief Marketing Officer, tell me what is the thing that drives you in regards to marketing? What do you believe in the subject of marketing, and what is your big push towards get brands and businesses to capture attention and generate business? Tell me your thoughts on the subject of marketing.
It's a game, man. It's a game, and it's like I've won at this game. So I'm also just stuck with it. I just think about it all day long, different ways to go about, you know, achieving the goal that we're trying to achieve for these different accounts. Sometimes it's an e-commerce product, and sometimes it's a lead generation or a webinar or whatever. And it's just something that you can't turn off. So whenever you find that something like that and it's a passion for you, definitely, just go all in, and you will see success with that. So, but that's also, again, something that I even, something like that I take from Manuel, because he goes all in into everything that he's doing. And so I've seen you, like consuming different, trainings and this and that at all times of the day. And, that's rubbed off on me, and that's what I've done. So marketing is just something that it's just there. It's a game, and I can't turn it off. So
do you remember the first website that we had, which was a horrible website, by the way? And we had a big message at the top, which says, obsessed with results. And that's how you, this is one of the things that people miss on the subject of accomplishing success on any particular thing that they do. Generally, the word obsession is taken as a negative word with a negative connotation. It's like, it means that you have, obsessive compulsive disorder, or you need some medical help, or you need, whatever it could be. Obsession is a bad word. I consider obsessive, being an obsessive person, a quality, a good trait. I can tell you one thing. We didn't come this far without being obsessed over delivering quality for an account, or getting an account to be seen by a lot of people. I mean, when an example would be like Dr. 𝗟𝗢𝗥𝗘, when I brought that business into AGM, I believe it's already been more than 3 years since we brought them in. So I got lucky, and for some reason I got presented with the opportunity of marketing for the great Dr. 𝗟𝗢𝗥. When I was just getting started, it's been less than a year. It was Jorge, me, Ernesto, and maybe 4 or 5 staff that we had at that point. We're just getting started. And Dr. 𝗟𝗥𝗘 came to us saying, hey, can you market for us? We got really obsessed with that particular brand and getting Dr. 𝗟𝗥𝗘, the message to be seen by so many people. I actually, at AGM Marketing, I like to talk about this because I think that we can take a good amount of credit for making the keto diet become such a viral diet around the world. I mean, what we've done for Dr. 𝗟𝗥𝗘 is quite something, and we've done it because we've been obsessed over it. Now, Jorge has been the main person driving that energy there, but without obsession, without a burning desire. It's what I'm talking about. It's something that it's hard to coach somebody on this. No matter how much I try to pass it along and tell you guys about this, how does it really work? It's something that you have to personally go to sleep. Like Jorge was saying right now, he can't stop thinking about it. Sometimes, I can tell you, our wives get frustrated with us because we don't drop our phones, or we can't stop thinking about it, and we get messages and we want to respond back. It's that burning desire to accomplish greatness that drives us every single day, and we push on it. I can see, for example, Jorge, obviously we have our communication platforms. He'll be texting and chatting and trying to get things done at 1 a.m. He wakes up at 8 a.m. or 6 a.m. and is already on the computer or on the phone trying to accomplish something. It's such a fast-moving world, but the one thing that you got to realize is that if you want to accomplish success, and if you want to accomplish success fast, nothing's going to take away, nothing is going to replace the desire to accomplish results on a particular thing that you're working on. Everybody talks about that. I mean, if you guys saw last week's interview on the Social Marketing Hour, which I recommend that you guys go back and check it out because it was incredible. We had 𝗟𝗘𝗥𝗡 here. 𝗟𝗘𝗥𝗡 is the founder of a company called Our Friendly Forest. He's an AGM agency client, and he talks about his process for creating products, for developing products, and also for his desire to accomplish a business goal and what really drives him, which is passion. If you have the passion for something, you can get results. If you don't enjoy what you do, I ask you to take a look at that thing that you're doing and really find something that you will enjoy, because otherwise, work is such a big part of your life. Business is easily 60-70% of your life. And because of that, you should be doing something that you're passionate about, that you enjoy, because that way, time really flies. It just goes by really, really fast. So there you go, guys. Develop a passion. All right. So Jorge, can you tell us a little bit about your daily process? How do you do your marketing every day, and what goes behind what you handle for a client?
Okay, sure. So typically, I mean, when a client gets started, what we do is obviously we got to get some research done about what they're selling and their market and their customers, and just find everything out that we are going to be using for our ads and our sales pages and that kind of thing. Actually, I had written down a couple things that I was going to share, which one of them is research, and I'll share some websites with you guys that you can use. This is what we use to do the research for our customers. One of them is one of the latest ones I found. It's called 𝗟𝗘𝗥𝗡.com. And this one is amazing. It basically, you can type in any social media profile, or you could type in a keyword, or there's different options that it'll give you. But basically what it does is, let's say you type in Manuel's social media page in there, and it'll tell you everybody that follows Manuel, they are using these kind of words in their bio. They are using these kind of hashtags. They are following these kind of social media accounts. And now you kind of start to go down the rabbit hole, so to speak, right? And you just you're looking for patterns, similarities, maybe pain points and stuff like that. And that's I do that every day. I some of the accounts that we handle, I have to do this competition research all the time. One, because it changes, but two, sometimes you miss things at the beginning, and the second or the third time that you see something, you're like, oh, okay, I can use this different, angle this time. For example, there's a product that 𝗟𝗘𝗥𝗡. There's a product that we sell that's kind of like for bad breath, and we've been selling this product for maybe over a year now. And just the other day, we got an idea that we can use it in a different angle by doing some research, and it's like keto breath. I'd never even thought about that, and so now we're testing that angle to see how it does in our ad. So it's just a constant thing that you have to be doing. Another tip that Mike can pass on is part of the research that I do is I go to Google, and you can type in your keyword, and then you can also type in the word site. ClickFunnels.com, and now you can do your funnel hacking that way. So you can say maybe something like keto recipes or whatever it is, and then plus you add in the word site ClickFunnels, and now you're going to find all kinds of funnels that are talking about your keyword, and that's a process that we do every day with all of our accounts.
Repeat that one again. What is the process for that one?
Sure. You go to Google, you type in your keyword. And then you're going to type in, additional to that, you're going to also type in site, SITE, and then the colon, and then clickfunnels.com. And that's going to bring up only results from ClickFunnels pages and related to your keyword.
So you have to, okay, I'm going to go ahead and do it right now. Okay, so you go to Google.
Yep.
And you're going to do a search on Google.
Yeah. You're going to do a search on Google, and then you're going to type in your keyword. So let's say we're going to do keto recipes.
Okay, so I'm going to do keto recipes.
Yep. And before you hit enter, just hit space, and then you're going to type in the word site, SITE, colon, the two dots, and then clickfunnels.com.
Oh, wow. Okay. You would think that I wouldn't be surprised with this, right, Jorge?
Well, yeah. We keep coming up with different research methods all the time. I mean, I keep finding different websites, and every time I find something new, I make a SOP for our team. This is standard operating procedure now, and they all know they're supposed to go to ClickFunnels when we have a new account, and even, like I said, all the time, and just keep on doing your research.
So check this out, all right? So I'm on Google right here, all right?
Yep.
For those of you guys that are listening to the podcast, well, we're saying it exactly the same thing. Google.com. You see here, keto recipes is the keyword, all right? So whatever your keyword is, and then you go to space site, colon, clickfunnels.com, all right? And then you type, and then you go ahead and you search for that, all right? So let's see what happens. So you have all these, there's 372 results. So what does that mean, Jorge? 372 results.
Right, so that's very targeted landing pages that are talking about keto recipes. You're not talking about millions of websites that maybe mention the word keto. These are funnels. So that it allows you to do better, funnel hacking, which just means you're going through these funnels, go in there, click around, go see what kind of words, what kind of copy they're using, what kind of images, what are they selling, what's the offer, that kind of thing, and see how you can use that for your own marketing.
That's actually super ninja, guys, because you can understand what other guys are doing and just repeat the process. I talk about reverse engineering a lot. There's an entire library of social media advertising that you have access to, which Facebook rolled out, that you can utilize to find out what competitors are doing on social media to understand. So this is very, very key for people that suffer from a terrible condition called analysis paralysis, that you don't know what to do, you don't know what to create, and you're stuck, and you don't know if you should do this video or that image or an article or whatever. You got to go ahead and get some inspiration, and you can do things like that. So that's really cool, guys, right here. So go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, I mean, for the analysis paralysis, I'm guilty of that. For the longest time, I just would not post any content, to anything. And I actually recently started the TikTok channel that you know about, and it's doing really good. So, it keeps me motivated to keep doing more. And I just wanted to say, like, right now is just think about like the power that we have at our fingertips. Like, we have a cell phone that's more powerful than some of the older, like some of the first computers that came out that even, I don't know, let's say the president, used to run the whole country with. So when you think about that, it's like you have to take advantage of these distribution, easiness of distribution, and just don't care what people think, and just go out there and start posting some content. Now, again, analysis paralysis. What do I talk about? What do I post about? There's a couple websites that Manuel even mentions a lot. So you guys might have heard about this before, but answerthepublic.com. That's a really good website that you can find out what people are typing into Google and other search engines, and what are they asking. There's another website that's called alsoasked.com. And
alsoasked.com.
alsoasked.com. It's another level of Answer the Public, and Answer the Public also limits you unless you pay. So there's another website you can use, and then ideagenerator.com. Those are my 3 websites that I'll give you guys. You'll have unlimited content ideas with just those 3 websites.
That's great. Good stuff. So I think it's very important to get your feet wet in the world of content, because right now, Jorge would tell you, Jorge, what is the biggest struggle that you have with any of the accounts that you manage?
Well, if I don't get any help from the customer and give me some content about your product or your service, it makes it 100 times harder. So as soon as I can get somebody like Dr. Berg or Frank Suarez from Natural Slim, or there's other accounts that we have that people are willing to give us content, are willing to get in front of the camera and just talk about what you're trying to sell. Like a normal, normal video. It doesn't have to be super, salesy or even super like produced with, in the studio and stuff like that. It's just like, we just need content. And if you can give us that, our accounts produce a lot faster. They get there a lot faster. They produce a lot more results.
Content. That is the biggest weakness that we have for any single account. We talked about this in the past. If you have a very, very unique and exclusive product that nobody else out there has, in combination with a exclusive product with a high demand by the public, then you're golden. You can just go ahead and create a couple of videos, and it's going to explode and generate a lot of sales, and you're going to go and retire and drink pina coladas at the beach all day long. If you don't have that exclusive product, then content is going to be the key. And whether you have a supplement or a service or a beauty line, or no matter what that may be, content is going to be what differentiates you from the rest of the world, and social media is driven by content. If you try to go straight to the consumer and tell them about your expensive services without first building a relationship, or tell them about your expensive products or your underpriced, low quality products that nobody cares about, or whatever that may be, if you're not building a relationship then people are not going to care about your products. It's incredible how that thing works because, you know, for example, right now we are in Natural Slim. My dad has very unique formulas. And we have products that are like protein shakes and supplements and vitamins and constipation remedies and so on and so on. These are unique products, but they're not really that unique because there's a lot of supplements out there. Yes, my dad works really hard on the formulas, so that makes him special. And it's his direction on adding this one and that one and that one. But what I want you to keep in mind is there's another billion brands out there selling supplements. Now, my dad, for example, he has on his videos, he recommends a lot using matcha tea, which is a green tea that Starbucks sells it. And it's a green powder, Japanese tea, which is it's great tasting, and it has a lot of health benefits. Well, there's a billion of them. If you go to Amazon, you're going to find so many of them, and most of these products are the same. They're just different brands. Well, because we build a relationship, whatever we put our stamp on is going to sell to the world in large quantities because we have that relationship built. That's the beauty of going through this process of building relationships with people, and there's a lot of opportunities with that process to be able to get people to buy your products because they get to trust you. So even if they can go and buy the same product somewhere else, and maybe in many cases cheaper, they don't because they want to have that relationship with you, and that's the beauty. And it's a little bit of a cliche at this point. We keep on talking about building relationships and the content route, etc. But that's the one thing that I can tell you. If you were coming to AGM, if you wanted to have results, well, we're not just going to run ads for you. We're going to help you create a strategy. We're not going to create one video and run it. We're going to have a strategy that revolves around content. So Jorge, what would you say if somebody comes in and says, I just want to get sales, I don't have time to create content? What would you say to this person?
Well, if we want to get there faster, we need content. I was just going to say that if all you have to do is just use your phone. You know, sometimes we overcomplicate it. I mean, you can have a tripod, maybe something like that, like one of those ring lights or something, but you just have to, just get started. And so sometimes people are just like maybe just too embarrassed or whatever. So what we tell some of our customers is just do 10 videos that you're not even going to share with anybody else. It's just for practice. Just you and the phone and the camera. You're not even going to share it to anybody. But just actually doing the steps and going through the motion, like you get better. Even if, you don't put it out there. And then maybe you change your mind and you do actually put it out there. And then you actually, God forbid, start having some results with your content. But yeah, just do it. Just get out there and post about it. I was going to say, like, one of the customers that we do lead generation for, one of our doctors, one of the best performing ads or posts that we've done for him is just him. He had a selfie stick and he went outside of his office, so you could see kind of like the office the office building in the background. And it's just him walking around talking to the phone. So it was like, nothing post-produced or fancy or anything like that. Right now, currently, one of the top producing ads in our all the accounts that we have, probably even more than some of Dr. Berg's, I would say, or Natural Slims. But the top producing one is just somebody, they took out their phone and they opened up the product with their other hand, and they were kind of filming it like this with their phone in their hand, and it was like under a minute. It's an unboxing style video. It's just like a regular raw user generated style video, and it's absolutely crushing it. We're getting like
unboxing videos,
100% ROI.
How much ROI?
I mean, between 600 to 800% ROI some days.
So it's like a slot machine in Vegas, right? You're putting a dollar, and then you're getting lucky every time, and you're getting $6 back out of this machine, or $8 back.
Yeah. Don't overthink it. It's just simple little videos. Keep them under a minute is what I would recommend for product videos. If you're trying to build a relationship with your audience, you want to do maybe, between maybe 2 to 5 minutes on your videos because you're answering some questions and providing value. And if your content is very valuable, people are going to keep watching to the end, But for product videos, physical products for e-commerce, keep it simple, under a minute type videos.
So under a minute, that's an important tip right there, guys. So we're talking about if you have an e-commerce brand, if we were going to talk about a journey, So there's two ways that you have to go about it. One way is that you have to build your future, but the other way is that you need to pay for your bills and survive if you're depending on your business. So you got to do both of them concurrently. You can generate sales with your existing brand right now and get people to buy your products if you have the right marketing strategy in place, while you take some of that money and you invest it in long-term branding and generating leads and building your list and nurturing people and educating them. So you got to do both. So what Jorge just said right now is if you're going to sell products on your e-commerce, if you're going to try to generate some leads right now, the doctor example is a good one. A little selfie stick, walking around the clinic and just saying what they can help with, showing how maybe they're keeping the protocols in place in this COVID-19 world, or whatever the case may be. And you create that security on people. People provide their information, and now you have a lead that you can service. On the e-commerce side of things, literally just having a box the way that somebody would receive the product, and opening up that box and going through that process and showing how that product is actually cool, beneficial. It can help the person somehow resolve a problem, which, by the way, all products out there resolve a problem. So if your product has a good problem that it solves, then you need to show them about this, and that could perform quite well in social media. Now, you do have to test it. How long, Jorge, this is a good important point that we can cover. How long does it really take for you to find something that works on social media marketing? Is it the first campaign that you set up, is it successful and then you run with it? Or what is the realistic process that people can expect if they're running ads on social media?
That's a good question, but it also varies a lot depending on your budget. The more you can spend to learn and gather the data that you're trying to gather from these campaigns, the faster you're going to get there. But on average, if you're just starting out, you've never run ads, you've never received traffic to your shop, you need to give it a few months, because your shop and you're tracking pixel, right? The little code from Facebook that learns and gets better and better and gets you better results. That needs to receive a lot of different traffic, a lot of different visitors, so they can start learning and get better. So it really does depend. But let's say that you are somebody that is already getting traffic and you're just trying to figure it out. I mean, that I'll give you a real example right now. We have a store that for a few months we were like negative ROI, we're losing. But they stuck with us and they let us test, and we're testing different angles of copy or videos and images, and then we're like, no, the website's not working. Let's fix on the website. Finally, after a couple months, we figured it all out, and now in 1 month, we recovered everything that we had been spending and investing on all that data, and then some, of course. Like, we're getting high ROI on that. In just 1 month, turned everything around. And it was maybe like 3 ads, but one really good ad started turning around everything. And then we're like, whoa, we found something here. Let's do more of that. And then we did more and more that style image and video. And then it took off. And just 3 ads turned everything around.
How cool is that, guys? So once you find something that works, you have a formula. And from here on out, you can keep on implementing that formula. And you don't really go back unless you utterly, royally screw up whatever you created as a formula. It is that process. It's like if you go back to any successful equipment that we have, if you go back to Apple computers and go back to the iPhone devices and go back to electronics and cameras, and how many processes have they worked until they find something that really, really works? The same thing with marketing. You got to work at discovering something. Once you find that thing that works, then from there on out is how do you take it to another level, and how do you take it to the next level, and how do you fix it and tweak it and do all those things to make it better every single time. So it's that process. So we've gone through that process before. I can tell you that, yes, Dr. Berg and Frank Suarez says, these people are unicorns. They have been able to penetrate an entire market, and they are absolute beasts in that world. Dr. Berg, I just shared with him a screenshot. We created a podcast for him 2 years ago. And that podcast, he doesn't even do a podcast. We just literally extract the audio from the YouTube channel, and we create it and we put it on the podcast. And we've been doing that every day for 2 years now. Jorge, I don't know if you know this, but they crossed 40 million downloads on this podcast.
Wow.
I mean, I want to be like him when I grow up. I've been doing podcasts religiously
No,
for
it's up
4
there. I didn't know it was that much
Are you
download.
kidding me? And I do podcasts. Like this becomes a podcast. Dr. Berg doesn't even do a podcast, and he has 40 million downloads. His YouTube channel gets 12, 15 million views every single month. I mean, these guys are unicorns. So
This
they
week we
make our lives.
600 million total for him.
600 million. And that's on YouTube only. So we actually already crossed 1 billion views for Dr. Berg. All right? 1 billion. I mean, think about the zeros on that thing, right? So it's like, that's 1 million right there. You got to keep going right here. That right there is 1 billion. It's 1 billion people have seen his videos. Maybe some of them have seen it many times. Actually, many of them have seen it many times. But it gives you an idea, like, these guys are unicorns, and you cannot compare yourself to them. I cannot compare myself to them, because otherwise I would just cry every night. My dad is also like that. I mean, these guys, there's something about them. They're so good educators, and they're so powerful in the way they communicate. They make our lives easier. They really do. I mean, for me and Jorge to be able to grab their message and make it visible, it's not really that difficult. What is more challenging is the marketing journey that we built for them, and the retargeting and the lead generation and all those things that we've done for Dr. Berg and for my dad successfully over the years. So you don't have to compare yourself to them, because it's very difficult to get to that spot. You can, but I cannot tell you how many people have come into AGM saying, I want to be the next Dr. Berg. And I'm like, all right, let's go for it, man. Let's give it a try. And it doesn't really happen, right? Because it really is a unicorn situation. It really is. I mean, there's some of them in the world, but they're very difficult, and we are lucky that we have a few of them here that are quite unicorns. I mean, 𝗟𝗘𝗥𝗡 is a unicorn. I mean, this guy, sometimes as a music player, as a musician, I am completely in awe just being around this guy. Dr. Berg, Frank Suarez, these guys are unicorns. But the rest of us, right, including myself, we can keep on working and striving hard. That's the path. I mean, I had Dr. Berg here on an interview on the Social Marketing Hour. I think it was on episode 2. I'm not sure exactly the episode, but it was probably 2 months ago. And he was here, and we talked about his process. And he wasn't always a unicorn. I mean, it was incredible, because he told us his story about how he became a speaker. And he said, look, I had to take public speaking lessons. I did a whole training on handling the fear of public speaking. And everybody was like, what? Dr. Eric Berg? Fear of public speaking? It didn't really make sense. But sometimes you look at what the person is right now, and you don't understand the process that they've been through. I mean, I myself, I got on stage for the first time 4 years ago. I didn't even believe in myself. I didn't know what the heck I was doing on that stage. And I am here today talking to you guys about success. So it's a process that we all discover along the way, and it's all part of the equation. We have a lot of accounts now that don't have this unicorn status, that are not Dr. Bergs and Natural Slims. We've had a lot of success with them. We've had a doctor with us for 3 years now. He's an incredible guy. He does a little bit of content here and there. He talks about his clinic. You know who I'm talking about, from Live in Health, Jorge. And this guy is amazing. And him and his wife, these guys are rock stars. They're so good at it. Now, he's not going to go Dr. Berg style. He's not going to do that. But he's accomplished massive success with social media. We have other guys, for example, the one that I had on the interview last week, 𝗟𝗘𝗥𝗡, he doesn't do video content. He doesn't do any video content at all. And we've had massive, massive success with his account. Incredible, like from scratch. We literally built it from scratch. And now his e-commerce is booming. We've done videos like what Jorge's talking about, 1-minute videos, unboxing videos, with a great quality product, and we put it in front of a lot of people, and people have bought the product, and they've enjoyed the use of the product. So that has worked. And at the same time, we've been focusing on building lists, which, by the way, is something that I definitely recommend to all of you guys that you focus on when it comes to social media, because social media's number one superpower is the ability to help you bring people into a funnel that you can yourself capture these identities. So what would you say, Jorge? We're getting close to the end. Tell us a little bit about your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, because then you can control that traffic once you capture that identity and then continue the conversation with them and not be restricted. For example, ManyChat's one of the things that we do a lot here. And they changed the rule on us. When we first started, it was like amazing, 90% open rates on our messages. We can communicate as much as we want, whenever we want. And then, we had hundreds of thousands of subscribers in our channels, and then boom, everything changed. They changed the rule on us, and that you can count on. That's a constant. Social media and these platforms are always changing the game on us. So
Always changing.
always changing. So if you capture your own list and start building your own assets in that way, you're going to have some sort of a protection, a hedge there in case anything happens, that you can still communicate with people. For example, there was a really good example. We had a customer, his account went down for some strange reason, and we couldn't run any ads, but we still had a big list that we had built up, and we were emailing, and we were able to get a lot of sales that way. So definitely build your list. Don't sleep on that, for sure.
Absolutely. So, Jorge, what is your preferred platform for building lists? Tell me.
Oh, for building a list, I would say ManyChat is definitely good because you can build 3 lists at a time, because you do messenger subscriber, you do an email, and you can capture the phone number all at the same time. So you're building 3 lists in one, and it's going to cost you about the same as if you were just going to convert an email to like a landing page or, to a ClickFunnels page or something like that. And it's messenger, and you can conversate with them a little bit better in an easier, more engaging way. So people like that a lot more.
So ManyChat, guys, if any of you guys have not jumped on the ManyChat wave, it is an incredible platform. I'm a big fan of it. You might
Right
have
now,
heard that
right now you get free text and emails, right, till the end of the year.
text and emails. I think you have to have a professional account, which is $10 a month, and then you get the ability to start building this out. And I do have a lot of information on how to use the platform, and there's a lot of information out there. So you definitely can check that out. ManyChat. If you guys want to sign up, if you go for my link, you just basically give me some love. ManuelSuarez.com/ManyChat. ManuelSuarez.com/ManyChat. ManyChat. I'm a big fan of the platform because of the simplicity of it. Jorge and I started building ManyChat conversations when it was just Facebook Messenger, and right now it's a lot more than that. It's email marketing, it's text messaging, it's Facebook Messenger, all of it in one single platform. And they're getting better and better because they're launching, for example, a beta right now to do Instagram direct messaging. So you can actually have that as part of the conversation and the flow in it. Send messages to people on Instagram, receive messages from them. And also WhatsApp beta, it's launching. For those of you guys that are outside the country, outside the USA, in most of the world, which WhatsApp is bigger than Messenger in general, they're also launching a WhatsApp beta program that is going to allow you. So imagine that. One single platform to engage with people on email, on text, on Facebook Messenger, on Instagram direct messaging, and WhatsApp. And I think they have other things in the pipeline already, so you guys can take a look at that. So there's a lot of training, and again, the learning curve with ManyChat is not really that big if you take it one step at a time and just get started with it. You connect your Facebook page, you can bring in your list, you can import text messages, you can import emails, you can start building your conversations there right away. So it's very simple. And now you have to start doing content on social media that invites people to come into your resources, to download a freebie. What are your favorite lead magnet tools, Jorge? What would you recommend them?
Lead magnet tools or lead magnets like ideas? Because I have a lot of different lead magnets ideas that you could do, like give a free PDF, a free cheat sheet. Basically, think about something that's going to make your customer's life easier and something that they really want, or they would even pay for, that you can give away for free. And that, you'll get really good results with that. But if you want, let's say you want to give away a free ebook, and you're like, I don't know how to write a book, or how am I going to do that? There's a really good website that we recommend all the time. It's called the PLR for private label rights, theplrstore.com. And there's all kinds of ideas in there that you could just basically purchase for $3 to maybe $10. You have the rights to that book. And now you can give it away. You can sell it. You can do whatever you want with that. So So there's an easy idea. You can also just use Fiverr.com. There's a lot of different solutions out there to be able to create these PDFs. But just use something that it's going to be your magnet to bring people in. There's something valuable.
Yeah, because now you can actually go ahead and create a PDF of sorts. For example, 5 easy steps to go organic on a budget. I'm just making things up. If you're a marketer, you can talk about how to do simple Facebook ads in 5 steps. You can figure out something. You have to get creative, and you can put something together, or you can have somebody else do it for you. It's going to cost you about $20 to have somebody else do it for you. If you go to plrstore.com, you can have a PDF that you can brand it and put your logo on it, and then you can go to ManyChat and you can attach that PDF, and now you can create a Facebook ad and say, hey, would you like to get access to my 5-step sequence on how to go organic on a budget without having to break the bank?
And if you're somebody that already has a lot of content, then you can just use that content, create some mystery around it, and then give it away as a lead magnet. So let's say Manuel has a lot of videos out there. We could, and we have done this on some of our ads. We say, hey, you want to know the number one way to, let's say, grow your mini chat or something like that. And we have a YouTube video. You just deliver that inside mini chat, for example, or you capture their email and you email them the link to the video. Or you can use somebody else's content. If you really don't want to make any content, then just use somebody else's video that is valuable and you just share with them. Just, anything you can use as a magnet that's valuable to grow your list.
So the main thing that you need to have is what we talked about for the first half an hour of today's interview, which is a burning desire and a passion to succeed. If you don't have that in place, nothing else matters. I cannot teach you anything that's going to change that. If you don't have that in place, whatever I talk about or Jorge talks about, it's completely impractical. It's not going to help you. But if you have that burning desire, if you have a passion to succeed, then you can look at this data and figure out what to do. For example, generating leads is the single most important thing that you can do for a brand, because your income is going to be 100% determined on the size of your list. It's going to be determined by the size of your list. If you have a big list, you can generate revenue. If you don't have a list, then you're a liability. So generating leads is a big part of what we do here at AGM Marketing. So here are the things that we use. And Jorge, you can, if you want to throw something else out there, I'm going to go off the top of my head on this, and then we're going to wrap it up because it's already past our time. But here are the things that I like to push when it comes to, okay, I'm going to give people something of value. I'm going to give them something of real value that they can actually utilize to improve an aspect of their lives. So one of them is mini courses. Jorge, give me a couple of names of mini courses that we run. For example, for Dr. Berg, give me a couple names. Okay, 1 second, because I need to reconnect my Bluetooth because you sounded like a robot. It's not your fault.
How about now?
Okay, let me hear you.
Okay, how about now? Can you hear me better?
There we go. It happened last time. Okay, good.
So mini course ideas, just really quick again. Keto basics mini course we did. We did an intermittent fasting mini course, a fat burning mini course, an eating healthy mini course.
Okay, great.
Literally.
How about for me? For me. For if you're a marketer and you want to teach people and you want to.
We did a mini chat mini course, getting started with Facebook mini course. We could do a ClickFunnels mini course, a Shopify, basics mini course, that kind of thing.
Right. Okay. Good. So, how about cheat sheets? Tell me about that, Jorge.
So cheat sheets, again, depending on, let's just go back to the Dr. Berg example. We did things that you can eat, things that you can't eat. Symptoms that you might have where you might be getting the keto flu or something like that, and how to remedy it. Or for us, let's say for marketing, we did a cheat sheet on setting up the best winning ad combinations. And we did another one that showed you how to, I can't remember the other one, but I know we've done a few for for our brand as well.
Right. So you see, you have to put some intellectual property here. You got to put some energy into making this happen, right? So that's another one. Another example would be, Jorge, what do you think about quizzes?
Quiz, I love those. Those are really good, especially when you use ManyChat. You can make it really engaging. You can use GIFs or pictures and videos and voice notes or whatever. Just make it really engaging. Plus, it serves as a survey. So you're gathering all this data that you can then use for your copy or your landing pages or make a better email, whatever it is. So it's a survey. And then at the end of that quiz, we always pretty much sell them something. You got them through the quiz, you got their identity and all that, and you got all this data. Well, now you get to sell them something too.
Is it difficult to create a quiz on ManyChat?
No, it's like thinking about text messaging. Just think about, I'm going to say this, then they're going to say that. Then I'm going to say this, then I'm going to say that. It's just, you just build that logic. Usually we build it like on a Google Word, Word sheet or whatever it is. Word doc, and then you just kind of go based off of that question and answer, and then the rest of it is pretty easy. I
think it's called a Google Doc, because if you say Google Word Doc, no. You're mixing two companies. All right, he meant to say Google Doc, right? So the quizzes is basically just you add a question, and then you give them 3 options, for example, or 2 options, and then based on the answer, then you give them another question, and so on. And on ManyChat, you can literally drag and drop and just build it all out. You don't need any coding ability. You don't need any of that stuff. It's very simple to get this set up just by dragging and dropping. And then depending on the answer, then you assign a little point system to that. And then whenever they get to the end of it, hey, you scored 13 out of 15 or whatever it is. Like, these are things that we've done. I have a Facebook ads quiz that is going to teach you guys things along the way. It's going to give you 4 options or a question. Dr. Berg has a keto quiz that lets you know how close you are to getting into ketosis. Any of you guys can go and check out these channels, either Manuel Suarez or Dr. Berg, and you can type in probably the word quiz, and it's going to get you started with that quiz yourself. Facebook.com/ actually m.me/dr_Eric_Berg. Any of you guys want to try it out, m.me/dr_Eric_Berg. And just type in the word quiz, and you're going to see what that process looks like. With Dr. Berg, we went a little bit more ninja because we are ninjas, all right? I call my staff the AGM ninjas here, and they added videos for every Dr. Berg. We actually split tested this, so if you guys go for it, you might get a split test on it. But we added videos that is Dr. Berg giving the question and then giving the response and so on. So we went a little bit deeper with the quiz, but you can go simple with that. So m.me/dr_Eric_Berg, get started, and then type in the word quiz, and you're going to go for that quiz. So quiz is a big one. And then my favorite one, Jorge, can you guess which one is my favorite one?
Case study?
No. Come on. I rant about this all the time.
Contest, yeah.
Contest, right? Like some of the wildest success has been done with contests. In AGM, we've had some, I don't think I've ever done a more incredible, mind-blowing strategies. I've actually been put on stages to talk about what I've done for my father, for Dr. Berg, for myself, running contests using ManyChat. So why don't you tell me a little bit about that? I mean, I know we named them the humanitarian campaigns or whatever it is because of the COVID-19, but tell them about.
We've done it like that. We've also done it as a challenge. Anything that you can do to gamify it, right, and make it challenging like that, and crown a winner. You're kind of tying into what the social media aspect of it, and people want to share it and get their friends and their family involved, and then you get even more free leads that way. But yeah, just the fact that making it a contest or a sweepstakes or a giveaway, whatever you want to call it, just a challenge, but get them to help you promote it. Man, it just blew up our channels.
Exactly. So on ManyChat, you can actually very simply bring people into the channel, extract phone numbers and emails, and build a conversation and relationship with people. And by doing that, you're going to have a lot of people that you can sell things to. All right, guys. So that was a really hot hour. It's been a little bit over an hour now, and hopefully you guys got a lot of value from today's interview. Jorge, thank you for showing up here. It was about time that I brought you in. We're going to try to do this more often. Coach Jorge, Jorge, what's your Instagram, your handle on TikTok, man?
TikTok is JOR. Shit, what's my TikTok?
I apologize for the cursing. We're gonna have to
no,
beep that out. I apologize.
It's all good.
This
Jorge.
this is a kid appropriate show, Jorge. All right, so no cursing allowed.
Okay, so it's Jorge Rodz, RODZ.
Okay, so Jorge is a TikTok rock star. All right, so if you guys want to follow
Then
some
number
value,
one.
if you want to follow some value, then
Yeah.
follow Jorge. If you want to keep on following other things that are completely a waste of somebody's time, then don't follow Jorge. But if you guys want to get value, go and search for Jorge RDZ1, and you'll see him with some great content there. Some videos that have gone viral, actually. He talks about Shopify apps and e-commerce tips and tips for this and tips for that or whatever. So check this guy out. Anything else that you would like to say, Jorge, to people on the call today or on listening to the podcast?
Well, since we're ending with that TikTok, I mean, I was just saying, like, that's something that at the beginning it's kind of awkward to put content out there, but then you just get over that. And then the more you put it out there, the more attention you get, and the more you're able to, get comfortable with that, and you're going to be able to grow your brands that way.
Absolutely.
So definitely get on that.
Absolutely. Well, Coach Jorge, thanks for being here today, man. Appreciate it very much. And we will have to do this again, man. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right, guys. So I am Jorge's out now, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's Facebook and YouTube Live. I want to end with making sure that you guys know that I am super into right now my texting platform. So if you guys want to send me a text message, all right, I am answering these messages myself, all right, and the phone number is 813-212-2196. Send me a text message there and introduce yourself. Let me know what help you need. I am utilizing that platform every day, and I'm getting back to as many of these questions as possible. It is a texting community. It's not a spam engine. I'm not there to promote products or sell you on anything. I'm there to simply have a connection and align with you guys to find out more about what you need help with and how I can help you, and also to feed you data that I know can help you get your business and the marketing improved. So if you guys want to send me a text message there, anybody that's here, send me a text message. If you guys are listening to this on a podcast, the number is 813-212-2196. I get those messages directly on my phone. There's no moderators. Whenever you get a response, you know it's going to be me. It's not automated. You only get one automated message, which is at the beginning to introduce the whole platform for you, all right? So 813-212-2196. So thank you for being at the Social Marketing Hour, and I look forward to being here on the next Social Marketing Hour. I hope you guys are enjoying it and keep on pushing forward and keep on implementing strategies to keep your business moving forward.